Speaking of games getting ruined, this is a little bit of a PSA again for you guys, and this is talking about one of my biggest pet peeves. This has happened to many games. This has happened to Warcraft 3. This, as we just mentioned, this has happened to Sam and Max, all my beloved games. But we're going to talk about this happening once again. It keeps happening, and it's not going to stop happening. This is happening now to Beyond Good and Evil. Of course, there is the new Beyond Good and Evil right here, but there was an original Beyond Good and Evil that was on the Steam store, and I do say was because they added Denuvo DRM mandatory third-party account, that being Uplay or whatever the fuck it's called now, linking to their launcher, again Uplay, unlisting of the original version, and $3 to almost $30. What a modernization. And really, what did you change except for probably stuff that I disagree with? What did you change here? So,
Hey,
no.
is limited run involved in this by any
Yes, they
chance?
are. So, yes, Kay, this is
There
one of
you
my
go.
biggest complaints that I have. I absolutely fucking hate when this happens. Beyond Good and Evil, if you weren't aware, is getting its 20th anniversary edition, which is barely an upgrade. We had the original version on Steam. You could get it for $3 effectively, and now it is up to $30, and you can see there's almost no difference whatsoever. And all they're doing is adding in mandatory bullshit and jacking up the price, and without any warning to let you buy the original version before it's taken down forever. It is wiped from the internet. Absolutely fucking hate this, and nothing makes me angrier, and nothing makes me quicker to boycott your shitty new version. At AliRx says, why are they putting two DRM, Denuvo, and Ubisoft Connect on a remaster of an old-ass game? Do they know that people will simply play the original PC port or emulate one of the many console versions? This company is so stupid. And I added to that saying, with all these amazing modern audience remasters, it is now important to buy the original versions ASAP before they're delisted. These companies do not care about preservation. They want to erase the past and massively inflate the price of the new, worse version. No choice is allowed because they can't even compete with themselves, folks. Well, I do want to let you all know that it is done for Steam, but Ubisoft is retarded. They have not somehow caught that the original version is available on GOG. So if you still want to get Beyond Good and Evil digitally for cheap for the time being, GOG is the way to go. And honestly, the GOG version probably runs better than the Steam version anyway. So at Canadian $9.99, you can get Beyond Good and Evil, the OG version here as intended. I would recommend, if anyone's interested, definitely do that. Add that to your account before Ubisoft grows half a brain cell, if they're possible of that, and pick that up immediately. Of course, I also have a PSA. If you're a Star Wars fan, because Aspire Media recently announced the Star Wars Bounty Hunter remaster, but that remaster is, or sorry, the original version is available on the PS4. So I won't bother reading this whole article here, but if you are interested, maybe, you know, Aspire doesn't have a good track record anymore with their changes in the Lara Croft remake and, of course, the botched Battlefront run. So if you want a possibly superior version of Star Wars Bounty Hunter, also a much cheaper version, definitely pick up that PS4 version of Star Wars Bounty Hunter. It is available digitally. I think you can play it on the PS5 as well. Don't quote me on that. But definitely pick that up before it is removed as well, and it most certainly will be removed. It's a good solid bet. And with all this news on Beyond Good and Evil and the absolute state of the industry, the absolute state of Ubisoft, I figured we'd take a look at this. We were 33, the Beyond Good and Evil team, all coming from different horizons. In 2001, there were no specialized schools, no pre-made engine, no theories about how a video game should be. As the 20 years remaster releases today, I miss the simplicity of those times, and that is via Jan Fenice there. And so I think this was important to look at.
This goes hard, man. I love this picture. And when I
Just
saw this tweet, I was like, we have to fucking show this. Is like, this is what we used to have. Fucking hell.
this really represents, like, look what I just was talking about with the remaster and all the fucking garbage going into it, if you can call it a remaster, more like a bastardization and calling it that already. And then go to the simplicity and the better days here that this captures just beautifully. You look
This
at
picture is like, I feel like I'm mentally there. And same with when we saw the Midway pictures of like classic Midway.
Right.
I was like, fuck, man, this is what the gaming industry is to me. Not all the fucking shit we're seeing now. This right here.
Yeah, this kind of taps into what it was, and it was a better time. It was a more simplistic time, and it was a better time for gaming, no doubt about it. And it was a time for people that made games because they loved gaming and they loved their hobby and they loved making it into a dream. And now it's run by all these greedy people that are just running it into the ground. So this was really sad to see. I really need to play Beyond Good and Evil, and when I do, I will play the original version, not this remaster that is full of DRM and priced up the ass while delisting the original version that these guys made. So, love to see it, and it's absolutely just a shame at what the state is of remasters and everything. They should be capturing the things we loved, but instead they're just a bastardization of them. Okay, any other
Yep.
thoughts before the next story here?
Go buy the game on GOG. Fuck all these remaster remakes and all this shit. Like, it's just fucking annoying when it gets scummy like this, and it's like, oh, we're just gonna pump up the price. In terms of limited run games involvement, I'm assuming that the Carbon engine might not be involved, but they're just involved in like the physical edition because Ubisoft is ultimately backing that, right? So I
Right.
think Ubisoft probably does their in-house work on it, and they probably just have like limited run doing the collector's edition. Would be my
Mhm.
guess. I haven't seen any proof that the Carbon engine's being used for that yet.